Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Creeper World 4. That is right, we are back and heading into the colony section yet again. We are going for Hold Up version 1.0. We are heading in and it's a PAC map, which is fantastic. As you can see, I actually have beaten this. I've recorded this already, so I kind of know what I'm doing. Lost the footage. Completely understandable. I apologize for that. But let's see what's going on here. This is going to be a little bit of a different style map. It's a little bit broken. I do know this from my first playthrough, but that's what made it kind of interesting. Kind of fun. I like what's going on. Here we go. Plenty of salt for my tears. Creep in a deep slumber. Dormant, resting peacefully. This is the glorious lore. One day it wasn't so peaceful. The humans have arrived on the planet while the creep slept and the humans colonized the area. By the time the creep awakened, they were placed in boxes. Terrain formations occurred within walls. It was a matter of time before the other emitters awoke, but they were nullified. So were they awoken? I mean, I wonder what that nullification is. Maybe they're actually like paralyzed, like you're awake, but you're paralyzed. I don't know. That's a little creepy when you think about it. A little damaging. You awaken to this disturbance. Can you help your fellow creep defeat the human menace? I think we can. We have 5 power to start with. We have a glorious forge, which will generate us more power naturally. I love the forge. Big ol' fan of the forge. But we don't really need it right away. We'll take it. Don't get me wrong. Step 1, though. Launches. That's right. Glorious, glorious launchers. And we are going to send these all over the place to begin with. One's going to go there. One's going to come over here. One's going to come over here. Let's send one over here. And where do we want the 5th one to go? I think I want it to go over here. There we go. So we're sending 5 launchers all over the map. We don't necessarily care about our starting area. And here we go. Our entire goal, I should have paused it and take a look at the map. I apologize. Let's also turn off them disastrous paths. And let's turn it 90 degrees. Fantastic. So as we can see, this is the map. We are on this side of the map. There's a big old divide right here with some connections, a few connection points here and here, and then some creep can also cross in some key areas. Over here is the base, and we can see we have an emitter that's nullified right next to their base. I wonder if that's going to be important later. It probably will be. Shh. Loads of solar panels. Base, overall, pretty decent. No actual real defenses here yet. This is a very aggressive AI, and I can say it is a very smart AI. I'm a big fan of the AI in this map. Unfortunately, it does have some errors with this version, and that's okay with me. I'm okay with that. Let's see what we're up to now. As you can see, we were spreading our launchers around. One other thing to note about this map is there is so much going on that we actually can't play at a higher speed. It basically makes it choppy and really doesn't improve the speed. I know this for a fact. So we will only be playing on 1x speed, which is fine. Our launchers are coming up about 10 seconds off, so that is fantastic. We're gonna wait and see what happens there. And once they go, we're sort of in a, not a stalemate, we're in a happy place once they get going. Here we go. They do have a few air defenses, but as you can see, all 5 of our launchers actually made it. I'm actually surprised. I was expecting one to get shot down. I'm pretty happy with that result. Let's start moving some things around. We don't necessarily need that there. I'll toss one of those over there. Why not? Over there. Spread out the love. Ooh. Actually, this one got shot down. That one's actually an important one. We don't want that one to be shot down. So we did launch over here. We're destroying those solar panels. Fantastic. Over here, gonna land. Fantastic. Over here, did land. Beautiful. And look at that. Solar panels are just going down. And you can't rebuild solar panels. Doesn't that suck? Doesn't that suck? We do want to move these around, of course. Move that over there. Fantastic. And there we go. That one is now landing. Fantastic. That means we are freeing a brethren. This, again, now just producing for us. Extra fantastic as well. We'll toss that over there. This nullifier, not very important. Over here, that was an important little venture that we have just won, so I'm very happy with that. As you can see, this emitter is 30 every 0.2 seconds. It's not yet on. There is a delay on the outside emitters, so that is just another thing to note. It's not the end of the world. It's just not on yet. You know, it's still dormant. It's still sleeping. You know, sleepy time is a good time. So we've destroyed most of the solar panels over here, which is, again, fantastic. We'll toss these around, destroy the last little set. Over here, we're not going to get to... Ooh, look at that. Big boy's on. All right. Feeling pretty good about that. And, yeah, we're ready to sort of swap from our launcherdom. Like, the launchers have served their purpose. They've done a good job. Goodbye, launchers. We're going to swap just for a minute, because that's going to take a second to sort of bleed out, so to speak. We're just going to get a whole slew of emitters in here, because we can, and why not? Just to sort of pump up our initial base. Just want it up. I mean, we could if we want. Drop a forge in here. Just saying. Once all of our emitters are on, one more emitter to turn on. Fantastic. And, you know, this forge will take a while. It's not really going to generate too much. It's, as you can see, about 3%, 2%. But it's going up, you know. Chugging along, singing its song. And there we have it. The progression. This is going to be our key area. Down here, you can see this is spreading nicely. This emitter still hasn't turned on, which is a shame. They are rebuilding a nullifier. Again, they will nullify not only emitters on the map, but also emitters that you place down. Kind of a pain in the ass. But again, it's a smart AI. I do like the fact that it's aggressive against you. And we have almost built up our first bonus power. We do have power itself. We have lures, forges, stashes. No force pushers. By force pushers, of course. I think you know what I mean. And we don't have them. And that's depressing. You know? But we're going to get some emitters down. We're going to start sprawling from here. This is the key point. The other key thing, look at their generation and look at their usage. Ooh, it's already not looking so hot. Just a wee bit of a deficit. And yeah, with a wee bit of a deficit, nullifiers, you know, they don't necessarily last. So that's our goal. Our goal is to make them have a bit more than a wee bit of a deficit. So let's see how this is going. Again, actually, we're already at about 30% of the max power, so I'm going to just leave that little set there. I'll take one of these with me, and let's get an emitter down here. Let's start working on another set of solar panels. That's the word. I English very well at times. We'll even spread this out, make sure this is all meshed up so the mesh can flow in, and this mesh will now flow into this path to take this out. As you can see, we've just washed over this land. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. We'll even transparent the creep so we can see what exactly is going on. And you know, we're actually going to mesh a smaller area, and we're just going to mesh this up. That way, the creep that we are generating sort of really soaks up and just goes onto that forge. That's what we're using our prime area for. Our prime directive is that forge. And look at this, we're already invading this. This is where we want to be. Again, it's all about destruction of power. That is our entire purpose in creepy life right now. We can take a look at the map. Again, we're not making too much headway in here. Perfectly fine, but look. Oh my. Our friend has turned on because they don't have any power. They're in such a deficit. Oh no! Why would they be in such a deficit? Oh, it's because we're A, destroying all their solar panels, and B, there really isn't too much left for them to hold on to. So we're just taking over the world without really doing that much. As you can see, we're sprawling into here. We're sprawling all over the place. And yeah, feeling pretty good about it. We actually have enough power that we can set up a block of power. That would be kind of fun. And maybe we'll do that. Once we take this out, we'll set up our block of power. It will take a second to do, of course. Oh, even our little spore friends have come online because of lack of power. Let's see how the base is doing. As you can see, this emitter, 200 every 0.4 seconds. It might not look like it, but this will drain this eventually. You can see the creep is, or anti-creep is 34 blocks high, so there is a good amount of creep in there, and that isn't yet turned on. Again, sleepy creepers, you know, they like to sleep, so it is slowly happening though. Our waves are swathing over. Even with the forge in here, we're actually expanding because they don't have enough to actually power up their ammo. Ooh, oh no, that's a bit of a problem. And yes, our creep is going to take over, again, the rest of these solar panels. Every solar panel that falls cannot be gotten back, even if they took this land back. No matter what they do, these are gone forever. That's why I just needed the one shot over here. It didn't destroy everything, but they do have some rockets on the side and things like that, so we were just focusing on this. These solar panels are falling to our lovely friend over here, and the blob nests have been freed. Again, look at that, 6 and 4. Those are some pretty good blobs. They're just going to come out naturally. They're down to 43 generation already. This is going swimmingly, I will say. That is how I would put it. It is swimmingly. And yes, maybe we will indeed get to our super power station. This emitter, nullified yet again. They did choose the path of nullification. It is the path of most resistance, unfortunately. And once these are dead, we can then move forward with our power plans. We really don't need more power plans. I mean, realistically, we have enough. The map is essentially ours at this point. We are sprawling over everything. We have a good amount of emitters. As you can see, this last one has fallen. I no longer care for this area. This area does not connect to anything. It doesn't connect here, it doesn't connect here. All that area that was there for was power for them, so we no longer need it. In fact, we no longer need it so much, I'm even going to destroy this space mesh. And destroying space mesh means you can never get it back. So we have no way of actually putting creep on this island anymore. But I don't care about that. So I'm perfectly fine with that. We now have a slew of emitters. Let's look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Oof. There's so many explosions. So much blowing up. Oh, that was a problem. We don't want that like that. We want this to be a little bit further up. That's right. We want it to be like there. Perfect. It might look a little wonky, and definitely it is. So I do apologize about that. We have now emitters. Oop. Again. Oof. So many. 1, 2. And we can even... how much power does this need? 84? Alright, once this is done, we are moving to right there. Again, that is sort of our power zone. We're going to mesh this up so this accumulates all of the creep from these emitters. Even from over here, why not? I'm okay with that. And we generated our power. Let us now move. So we are going to move our forge right there. And now, this forge should be a little bit faster. So let's see, it's 7%, 11%, 16. I think that's faster. I'm not 100% sure, but it will also allow this to sort of fill up itself. Oh, geez, look at that. We got this emitter friend on. Oh, that emitter friend is doing some serious work. And that emitter friend is on. Oh, everything is just going. Let's see if... oh, what do you know? Emitter friend in the base did hit. Oh my. And yeah, we're 6 minutes into this map. So... I can definitely see if we stayed in our happy place, we would have some problems. But we didn't. We didn't need to. We can definitely avoid that. And yeah, there really isn't too much left to the map. Again, we have invaded their home base, and there's nothing they can do. Like, they have cannons. Look at their deficit. Look at their generation. I mean, they're just literally falling apart. Our power is going up. Look at that. We're already almost at another one. We're gaining about 5% a tick. Yeah, they can get more urns, but look at their red-on supplies. It is invisible. They're getting 2 per tick. Their red-on is gone. So, you know, I want to delete that mesh and that mesh. I want this mesh to be just these emitters. I think that might actually help this go faster. 68%, 74%. Alright, still about 6%, but it's going pretty good. Somewhere, they're trying to play something very poorly. And yeah, it's just not going well for them no matter where they are, unfortunately. We'll toss some emitters down here, why not? This is all dying, of course, because of our lovely friendly emitter on this side. And you know what? That's going to allow us to take over this from both sides. Now, I was hoping some of those would turn on. I don't really care about anything. I mean, realistically, what I should be doing most likely is dropping some spores over here. Again, they are out of red-on, so it would definitely help. But I'm going to let this emitter do its job. You know, this emitter, this is the friend to all people. You know, that was the sleepiest of the creepiest. So, I feel like we've taken a large portion of this map. And as you can see, there is anti-creep. I mean, look at that sheer volume of anti-creep. It's not friend, it's foe. But our power is just creeping up. Just more and more power, and we don't even have to really use it. We'll toss a couple things over here. Ooh, really? This creep is not actually deep enough to turn anything on. I'm actually surprised by that. Even though over here, I figured this would be deeper. But we did get one turn on, which is fantastic. Oh, and they're all popping on. Boom. Glorious. And I want another power. I mean, I really would love a toss, like, a crimson right here. So, let's just wait, say, 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Boom. There we go. Got a power. Just like that. That's how we do it. And now we have a crimson. That should push in here. Again, this is pushing over here. We are actually creeping up in our main base as well. So, essentially, this is now ours. This is holding, but if we want it to not hold, we do want a mesh. Mesh is our way to push into shields. I did not know this until I tried this map. Mesh pushes into shields. It goes a little bit in, and then it goes a tiny bit deeper in, and then goes a tiny bit deeper in. It's a very slow push, but it does push. So that's actually really cool. I'm a big fan of that. But this is all falling. Oh, it's just utter devastation. Oh, and there's their main base. Luck is broken through. You've done the work of kings, sir. We're still at 8 minutes, so let's actually finish off the map, and then we'll clean it up. We're actually going to clean this map up. We have enough power. Again, cleaning it up shouldn't be too bad. It's not going to be too much of a difference, because if you notice, again, I could have done this definitely faster, because, I mean, you saw how well things were going. They had 0 red on. We could have started sporing from orbit well before this was even working on its first shield. So, we were just doing the creeper thing, because that's why it's placed here, you know? That's its job. It lives here. It's happy there. We're happy with it there. Look at that. We're already at the base. Everything is good. So, feeling good. This shield, I mean, look at that. It's held. You know, they're trying to build some stuff inside. They're doing a good job. We don't really care, though. Again, I want to free our main base. This is slowly moving along. It's getting there, and it will complete its mission. Creep shall overtake the entirety of this world. And to do that, we also need to make some connections. For instance, we will need some creep over there. Let's watch the base actually get utterly destroyed, though. It is happening right as we speak. It is now getting very low. Look at it. Oh, there's nothing that I can do. You have 4 health left. Everything is out of energy. You don't have an M-Rift. You're at no deficit, because you're not trying to build anything anymore, unfortunately. So you're storing up energy, which is great. 2. Oh. I knew these so well. As you can see, it took a while to destroy. We could have, again, made some blobs and things like that. So, not necessarily the best. Perfectly fine, though. This will be the end. And zing! There we have it. We have done it. Objective obtained. In the end, there was creep everywhere. Not yet, but we will get there. And the world was quiet once again. Or again. The reign of humans on this area has been rid of. for now. Yes, yes, for now. There is no more building, there is only creep. And that is, of course, what we want. So we're going to toss an emitter right here to start charging that up. As you can see, there are some connections over here, so we're going to mesh this up to sort of get some connections over here. Maybe we'll just draw that line, because we can. Fill this out, connect some of the spirally bits that they already had. Why not? It's just going to push in. Everything is just going to push in. Now this area, obviously, we can't get to with creep. So we will need some launchers. Let's just toss down our 4. Why not? 4 launchers. Can do. All of you spores at a location, though, you're just going on the offensive. You're just going to go on in here, start dropping it in. It will take a minute, but it'll get there. This will fall over time. This is no longer needed. This will fall to the might of our center 2 emitters. They will take it out. They are large, they are in charge, but we're going to help it out just a little bit by tossing an emitter right there. By tossing it right here, we could also just connect the mesh up, but we're going to toss it there because there is a little bit of mesh, a tiny little string that goes up. So this should, in theory, help. Our air sac attack is coming. Oh, and they're gonna run. Oh, look at the massive creep just overwash the land. It's amazing. We're at 5 power again. I have destroyed a couple of things, but we're also still generating power at a pretty steady clip. And you can see the spores are coming in. They are shooting them, but it is a futile shot. Again, they don't have much going for them. We are going to land, destroy this. We don't really care about the solar panels. We just want there to be no land controlled by the humans left. This is honestly going to be their biggest stronghold. As you can see, I mean, they have a lot. And by a lot, I mean quite a bit of anti-creeper in here. So we're just going to need a ton of emitters. We're going to need emitters on the inside. We're going to need emitters on the outside. I mean, we can destroy everything in there with blobs, with whatever we want. But realistically, to drain this, we need a mission. Nothing other than a mission is going to drain it. So, again, it's all about our emitters at this point in time. Unfortunately, I would love to just spore the hell out of this and say it will win, but the spores aren't going to win. It's not going to happen. It's the emission that will win, but here we go. As you can see, just, I mean, again, pure, utter world domination is ours. I wonder if these will ever, these should turn on eventually, maybe not right away, but we should get enough of a creeper path around. Like, this should start bubbling up, turn these on, which would help, and we're also going to mesh up this area, so all of these emitters will flow in here better, and yeah, that should be pretty decent. As you can see, the creep is now flowing in here because, look, we connected this little bit up and it actually filled this in, and this filled this bar, which went to both sides. So very exciting places. The problem is, you know, mortars can shoot down and really shut this down, so this isn't really a great bar. It's just a cool bar. Oh, we've almost taken our home base. Yay, home base, you've done it. I'm so proud of you. You're the best home base. Still gaining power. Not that we need it. You know, we don't need any more power. Let's check down here. It has been completely overtaken, which is fantastic. So we're just going to keep these. We're going to destroy them, though. We're going to move them to a nice free range area. We're going to have that many launchers. These are all just going to be targeted at structures. These structures should get these, which is great, eventually. And it'll just plink in here for some anti-creeper damage. I do need this to really fall, though, because it's this anti-creep that is the problem. We're not really making any headway. And if we had terps, you know, we could definitely flatten this out and really get our emitters in there. I'm surprised that the... Oh, sorry about that. Zooming out. I am surprised that it hasn't worked its way a little bit further in. As you can see, it is just inching in right now, but they still have enough ammo left over. As you saw, that mortar did come down problematically. So we are just going to plonk down 7 more emitters and attach it to this mesh structure. I don't want it going anywhere other than filling this in, and beelining it in there. You know, we don't want to mesh up the world. Same thing over here. You know, we don't want to mesh up the world. We messed up the world. That's what we did. And let's again take a look. I think that is their last bastion. That has fallen. Everything else has fallen. Except for this, which are little spore launchers that are definitely getting in there. And basically the climb. We're still generating power. Do we even need power anymore? Not really. And honestly, if we were to mesh, say, like this, there's a lot of emitters over here. So this should actually generate us more power, oddly enough. And we're going to put some more emitters over on this side, too, because we can. Just, again, why not get more power? I'll take it. So, fill it up. Get this juicing. How are we doing now? 12. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of juice we're getting. Holy crap, just power. Just gained a power. And we're already 40% to the next power. Alright. Hey, guess what? That's another power. So, yeah, feeling pretty good about that. We got blobs coming in from our blobby friends. Oh, there goes the Bertha. And that is the end of that. All that is left. We even have our emitter on the inside on. That means we are at long last in the final pushes. And again, with the speed that we're generating power, I mean, oh my gosh, another power. It's ridiculous. Our emitters to blot out the sun, we're just going to keep this place completely full. It will take some time, obviously, to get them all turned on, but this will spread out. And in fact, we can even keep meshing. We want the mesh to spread, yes. And once we hit the walls, that's the key. Once we hit the walls will breed for us. And that should also help our push substantially. So we have tons of emission. Again, look, our power's still going up. Literally every time I'm like, oh, I just used up my power. I'm like, oh no, there's like a bunch more power here. So yeah, this push is definitely a very difficult push if we were doing this when they were fully powered. Guess what? They're not. Sucks for them because it's great for us. There we go. Let's just, I mean, we have the power. We're going to be up here at some point. Let's just put down some emitters in advance just so we can keep swarming. Keep pushing it up. I've already gained 2 more power since I spent the 6 that I had. I'll take it. 3 more power? That's right. Again, there's literally nothing that they can do. Of course, because we took their base. But even if we were in this position, I mean, even without taking their base, there would be nothing they could do at this point. We completely dominate the map. So this is a fun little bit of domination. I'm having a blast. Time-wise, I think I beat my other time. My other time was actually pretty close to this one, so I'm not 100% sure. I think there was like an 8-minute time, which I probably could have gotten if I didn't jerk around over here, you know. I literally could have just made, especially once it was taken, I could have just put spores right here and just spored it. That would have been that. But, you know, I was going for just the fun. This is the emitter. That's what it does. It's a broken map. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, here we go. Here we go. Oh, look, we're really pushing now. Let's take a look at the anti-creep. Yeah, I mean, look at the sheer amount of creep versus anti-creep. Everywhere on the map, look at all the creep. Ho, 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 ho. Yeah, just not doing it. 4K to 1.2 million. Just, I'm sorry. We will cleanse this land because we wanted to sleep. Again, this was another sleepy creeper map. It's not in the series or anything like that, but again, this creeper just likes to sleeper. And I can get behind that, you know. I think that's why I really like the creep, because it really appreciates the power of sleep. And there we have it. We are at 400 anti-creep left. 105. 0.02. 0. That is a cleansing of this map. And we will untransparent the creep just so we can see. Look at the beauty. And again, I think we're pretty good with meshing and making a nice little mesh power zone, which is kind of cool. I'm a fan. But there we go. Everything is destroyed. We have taken the world. And let's see how we did on obliterating your foes. Again, I think we did pretty okay. You can see my other time was 3 seconds longer. So this was the recording that I lost. So I'll submit again. And yes, as you can see, our 9-minute time, quite decent. There should be one time on here that beats us. That one was close, but I think there was an 8-minute and change time. I don't want to... John Galt. Yes, that's right. Again, if we had done the same strategy, swapped... realistically, once we had taken pretty much all the power, we could have destroyed every emitter we had and literally just spored the base. And we would have taken it maybe in 6 minutes or something like that. So we definitely had the potential to do this faster, but I don't care. Even though I knew I was going to get a roughly similar time, I still chose to do it the same way because that's how I recorded my first video. This is what I did my first time, and I'm not going to, shortchange you and say, this is what I did. I could definitely change it to 6 minutes because of blah, 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 blah. I just want to have fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I did. Even for a second time, this is still pretty fun. So, thank you so much. I do hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. I do greatly appreciate it. Subscriptions do help me see if people have interest and things like that. And I try to reply to every single comment that I get. If it's a reply to a reply, it doesn't necessarily pop up, so I do apologize. I am working on that. I'm still not the most fluid with things, but I have replied to everything, I believe, at the current moment. So thank you so much. I'll catch you next time, and have a wonderful day.